Dogmatica, Swordsoul, Crystal Beast. There's a lot to be taking in for your meta. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more content. So it's actually really cool to see that we do have a working Dogmatica list right now. Now, this whole deck's purpose is just to get into good old Albazoa and start ripping through the opponent's extra deck at what I want to say is probably going to be a very hilarious rate, because it really is quite chaotic just with what this deck can do. Now, you do see that we have gone a little bit further. We've put in the Triple Fallen and the Virtuous, and I think this is actually a fantastic addition to the deck. Being able to specifically have these tools catered to answering you, but also to pull out more recurable resources so that you can kind of pivot where you need to be in your combo line is very strong. So yes, Dogmatica actually is a real deck. Who would have guessed that one? Next up here, we do have Swordsoul. We do have a couple of Swordsoul variants for you, and I think the reason that Swordsoul's starting to actually be looked at a little bit more here is just strictly because of the fact that as Swordsoul has kind of developed throughout the years, people have tested out. Now, obviously, this build is playing Protos, and I do understand that, you know, we don't exactly have great things with this being available to us, you know, RIP to having Protos be banned away, but that's okay. You know, I am just saying that we can definitely enjoy not having access to this to kind of pivot around. I mean, obviously, this build's also playing Fallen of Albaz within the deck, obviously maximizing on the triple Incredible Ecclesia, and I mean, they also do have access to Baron, which is a little bit more inconveniencing, to say the least, but it does kind of bring together the pieces. Also, you do have the thrust in the side deck with some tact thrust. All right. We've also got, Mitsurugi. Now, I do think Mitsurugi has been one of the strongest decks that the OCG has. Now, you do see that this is basically going to be a pure variant here. Now, the reason for this is just because, you know, when you have triple Habagiri, you're just able to do massive gas lines of play. That's why you also see these builds have been playing Pot of Extrav and the other extra draw power to basically just facilitate you in much further. Obviously, when you have Solemn Judgment still running around within a format as well, that kind of tips the scales a little bit and makes things a little bit crazier to deal with. But your takeaway here, I mean, you're always going to be having this deck be on the forefront. I actually believe that this was the winning list for this particular set of information. You know, all these deck lists are from the same event. So it is definitely interesting to see, you know, who was coming out on top. And then we also have Radiant Typhoon. Now, this one entertains me a lot because Radiant Typhoon, a lot of players have been starting to figure out, hey, what if we were able to take all of the good bits and pieces that Radiant Typhoon has and combine it with, yes, the Fallen and the Virtuous? Once again, we've been seeing just how stupid the Fallen and the Virtuous package has been being built in to these decks. And honestly, I think I'm more happy to see the adaptability that these bits and pieces have been getting with the deck. Obviously, you know, you're going with triple Link Monster here as well. I don't hate that as well. You got to give them a little bit of an appreciation just for, you know, they made new support for the deck. They made the twins down here as well, something that you're going to want to explore. And also, yeah, we do have the triple Harpy's Featherstorm in the side deck, so looks pretty good. Next up here, we do have Draco Tail action. Now, Draco Tail has to suffer through Ketu being limited to 1 in this format, which does kind of cause some inconveniencing problems, but I mean, you just go ahead and build a much tighter Albaz package into the deck. You know, this build is maximizing on triple new Fallen of Albaz, and I also do see that we are playing one of the Buster Dragons down here in the side deck. That's really cute. You know, I really wish we had more Buster Blader access in this deck, but you know, we don't want to, we're not trying to break the deck. We're trying to keep this a little bit low to the ground, kind of see where things go, and kind of make our decisions on the deck building space from there. But honestly, if you want a meta challenger that's probably going to get you places, after Ketu gets limited here, this is probably it. Next up, oh wow, we have more Draco Tail. Now this is where I think that the OCG starts to kind of get a little bit crazy, because once again, you see that there can only be one slotted into this pile, and we've seen this coming up a lot, where people are like, yeah, just run the Floodgate, on the off chance that you're able to see it going first after you set up a whole gosh darn ton of Draco Tail. It feels really, really good. I don't blame you for that, honestly. Full Draco Tail combo into a TC Boo being set is going to force your opponent to make some really, really bad plays. And, we don't hate that, right? Forcing our opponent to make bad commitments is going to be good. Also, you're going to continuously see Super Polys doing good. You do see that we do have the new Draco Tail Fusion actually seen play. It's just not a myth. It actually is a good card. Next up here, we have For Hire Radiant Typhoon. Now, honestly, this is not a terrible thing, because your goal of the Radiant Typhoon stuff is you're going to be getting extra level 3 bodies onto the field, which their goal is to be extra fodder for you to continuously kind of go up the play lines. You've also got a Mystical Space Typhoon built into the deck as well, which, if you need it, it's there on demand, and we don't hate that, right? We like being able to access the best cards that we can for our play lines. Truthfully, outside of that, I find it interesting that, we see a reduced For Hire package, because most of these For Hire lists I've seen, they're maximizing or they're playing 2 copies of the field spell. This is not doing that. You've reduced the package down to a little bit more minimalistic approach here, and you're just trying to get the bits and pieces moving. Ooh, Trickstars in my Mitsurugi deck? I see somebody was feeling a little bit spicy here today. So the Mitsurugi stuff is going to be the basic core components, while the Trickstar and the sub package of Fiendsmith are probably going to be, we're going to go, the Trickstar package isn't even, the Trickstar package goes, hey, we can get the 2 monsters on the field to access the mini goddess, and we're basically off to the races. That's where, if you've noticed recently, that we've been getting a lot of these problems. It's because these stupid decks have been allowing us to do some really, really inconveniencing things. And yes, the mini Underworld Goddess is another one of those really, really, really broken cards that we continue to see over time just being exploited like that. Oh, look at that. We have some more action for you out of the Swordsoul department. I actually do think that, man, having Protos sticking around within these decks is very, very, very odd to see. But it just once again proves that, the TCG, I think, was right. We needed to actually take care of, this stupid stuff, because it was a little bit crazy to think about, having a Floodgate monster you can just deploy against your opponent and break them apart. That's not inherently fair at all. It causes too many problems, all things being considered here. And I actually think that, that's something to kind of think about over time. As the game kind of progresses right now, Protos is going to be a problem. And if it allows Swordsoul a chance, I guess that is a good thing. Next up here, we have Crystal Beast. Just kidding. This is Fiendsmith Turbo, and you know it because you get these 2 Crystal Beast monsters on the field. You're getting into the mini Underworld Goddess, which is opening up full combo, as we are very used to seeing with these particular engines being the bridge ports together. But the Crystal Beast stuff does facilitate some actual good ideas, and it is actually really, really nice to see. But I gotta give them credit, man. I really do. I think that, all of these 2-card combo piles that we're seeing are a little bit problematic, but it's interesting. So what do you guys think? Please do comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.